I'm Chef Stephen Barrett from Pints Plates. Today we're going to bring you the second course of Pints and Plates from the Craft Brewers Association of Nova Scotia. We're hitting both sides of the bridges, we're going to talk to some brewers and see what they're up to. We're here at our first stop, Kempt Road in Halifax, the new home of Stillwell Brewing. I'm here with Chris. We're going to have a chat about some beer. Can you tell us just a little bit about you and about what you guys do here?
Yeah, making traditional styles only. We have a best bitter, English style pale ale. We have a compact Kolsch, which is like a lagered ale, German style. Yep. And then Stilly Pils is our main lager that we try to perpetuate. I'm finding ourselves less inspired now by like the leading breweries and more inspired by like Granite Brewery or honestly bakeries. And these guys that are just kind of putting their head down. There's no chefiness or twists on anything. It's just turning out perfect burnished loaves for people.
How do you combat that? How do you stay against that grain? How do you ensure that what you're doing is what's the sustainable?
Sell enough beer, baby. That's pretty much it. I mean, so far so good. I mean, we're only 8 months into it, but we've gotten a lot of great draft partners in the city, you know? Yeah. Some kind of older school bars, like the Old Triangle, have us on tap, and I couldn't be more proud than to be in places like that. Henry House has poured a lot of our bitter to good reception, which is like, I'm not kidding you, I cried when I went in there and had a pint of our own best bitter. It was like, that's why we're doing it kind of thing, you know, beer culture. You know, I think these super traditional, kind of dry, balanced, easygoing beers complement food really, really well, and like any number of foods. But you'll also, I mean, pizza and beer, beer and pizza, I don't know if you've heard of that combination, but it's pretty banging.
Is it? I'll have to give it a try. Yeah. You have this new space, you've made the jump, you're on Kempt Road. The tap room is awesome. Beautiful design job, I love it.
Thank you.
And I feel Stillwell is a name that within Nova Scotia and craft beer, they go hand in hand together. So congratulations.
Very kind. Thank you for saying so, Chef.
Thanks so much for having us. Really appreciate it. Cheers.
Pleasure. You guys must have a beer now.
That line goes in the video too.
Great.
Here we are at Brightwood Brewery. We're in downtown Dartmouth. It's a beautiful day, and we're exploring the craft beer scene in Nova Scotia. This place here actually started with their first sale in 2016, just down the laneway here at Alderney Landing. The two guys who came together to create this place decided in 2018 to form this physical space that you see around me. It's vibrant, it's Saturday afternoon, there are people here enjoying themselves. This brewery itself, they focus on IPAs, they have some hazy ales, hazy IPAs, they even have some interesting things like porters and even a rosé IPA. And they really lean into that style of brewing, and it's delicious. The hazy IPAs initiated or started in New England in the United States. They created the typical IPA, so India Pale Ale style, and made it hazy, brought some more citrus, brought some more fruit-forward flavors, and created something that looks like this. It's really delicious, it's bold, lots of hops in there, lots of juice, great with a ribeye steak. To contrast that, what we have in front of me is something really unique and something I don't see anybody else doing in the province of Nova Scotia, which is an IPA, a rosé IPA. So it has a slight pink hue, lots of aroma off the nose, nice carbonation, a beautiful mouthfeel, and you get a bit of that rosé on the back. This is a great brewery to visit if you're in downtown Dartmouth. The scene down here is vibrant. There are tons of people around. They have a beautiful space. They're welcoming. This place has lots of great music on a regular basis. Their beers are continually evolving. They make some really interesting styles. Sit at the window, watch the world go by, and have a pint at Brightwood Beer. So we're in beautiful downtown Halifax. We're right by the water. I'm here with Danielle from KSR Makgeolli Winery. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for being here. What inspired you to bring this product to Nova Scotia, and how is the general reception of this product?
Well, I lived in Korea for 8 years after university. When I approached the CRA, they had no clue what I was introducing to them.
Yeah.
So they compared it to sake. They were like, the only thing we can compare it to is sake, so we'll list you as a wine. There's been other makgeolli companies opening in Canada, and they've been classified as beer.
Okay.
So that's how I came into being a wine in the beer,
world.
beer world, yes. Sometimes you might end up with like a more sour product, a more sweet product. It just depends on the natural like additives. So I'm only adding blueberries and I'm only adding the lavender. So there's no sugars or fillers or like unnatural flavors. But if you take this bottle and you leave it in your fridge, it'll sour.
Okay.
So you'll get more of a, which people like more sour. So it depends like how, people always like to drink their makgeolli in a different way, at a different stage.
Okay.
It's just,
Can I grab this up?
oh yeah, are you okay grabbing it? It's a little heavy.
Yeah. So can you tell me what this is and explain how this is part of the process?
Okay, it's called an ongi, and it is the traditional fermenter that Koreans use to ferment alcohol, also to make soy sauce, your kimchi.
Okay.
If you go to Korea, people have these like lined up outside their houses.
There are lots of options here to explore, and like you said earlier, the opportunity for this to both use as an ingredient and to pair with food goes really well. Those funky flavors, you know, slight carbonation, sweet, sour, the additives that are all naturally Nova Scotian, it just works.
And they'll taste the profile of like, where is this makgeolli from? So I want that. I want to do that here in Nova Scotia. And I want to make that noodle so that when I go and bring it to Korea, that people can see, they'll taste, this is the taste of Nova Scotia.
They can have a taste of your home.
Yeah, right. And then for Nova Scotia to be like grouped in as another region of makgeolli.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's the goal.
That's incredible. Yeah, what a wonderful dream. To see the entire list, check out seasonplate.ca.